In this video lecture, we'll be talking about process modeling, and here we're talking about a set of activities that allow us to depict either an existing or proposed business process. The whole process doesn't need to be included. You can diagram only part of a process as long as it supports your objectives. That's the most important thing. So here are some of the uses a business analyst could have for using this method. First of all, starting with organizing or trying to put some structure to what you're compiling. Next one would be discovery, diagrams which help you explore and gain new information. Forecasting, or trying to construct some prognosis of what a future situation could look like. Quantifying some elements or some element or elements. Describing a concept or approach. Verification, making sure that you understood the concept right. Validation, or ensuring you're identified the need and making sure that you get the okay to move forward. A process can describe how multiple people or groups collaborate over a period of time to perform work. Processes involve a number of activities that are linked by a sequence flow. A process is repeatable and may have multiple paths to completion. By nature, a process is initiated by an event in the business domain, such as a sale of a product to a customer, a request for information by a senior executive, or a failure to complete a transaction. 3 examples you can pick up. Events may be actions taken by a person, rules which can cause action to be taken, or simply the passage of a period of time. The process model may involve mutual activities, be completely automated, or a combination thereof. A process is complete when the objective or the goal of the process has been completed. A process model is a visual representation of the sequential flow, the order on how the process progresses, and control logic, or how the process is managed. And here we refer to a set of related activities or actions. Process modeling is used to perform a graphical representation of a current or a future process within an organization. A model may be used at its highest level to obtain a general understanding of a process, or at lower level for a basis for simulation, so that a process can be made as efficient as possible. Process models typically contain some or all of the following elements. Starting off with notation. Elements. Here we are talking about how we depict the process, and there are various ways to perform such an action. We talk about data flow diagrams, but there are traditional flowcharts, UML, etc. Within the reference section on the course website, we provide a list of numerous notation types. So please feel free to go ahead and check that out, okay? Activities. There are the individual steps or pieces of work that must be completed in order to execute the business process. An activity may be a single task or may be further decomposed into sub-processes, including activities, flow, and other process elements. And then we move on to decisions. A fork in a process where the flow of work splits into 2 or more flows, or sometimes where separate flows actually merge together. A decision may create mutually exclusive or parallel flows. Then we move on to events. Events occur outside the scope of a process and may be the result of actions taken, messages received, or the passage of time. Events may create, interrupt, or terminate processes. Next step is flow. Indicate the direction of the step-by-step sequence of the workflow. In general, diagrams are drawn from top to bottom or in the direction of reading to show the passage of time. The process flow may split to allow for activities to occur simultaneously and then later merge. Next step is roles. Roles represent a type or person or group. Sometimes we'll use the word actor. Role definitions typically match those in the organizational model. Swim lanes. and pools. Swim lanes are horizontal, straight or flat, or vertical, perpendicular, or upright. Sections that are of a process model which show which activities are performed by a particular role. When the flow of work crosses the boundary of a swim lane, responsibility for that work then passes to another person or a group within the organization. A pool represents an organizational boundary. So what does that mean? Within an organization, you have different departments. Just remember, each department wants to have their own pool. Just kidding. Sorry, just kidding. We could have a number of swim lanes, though. Usually a process will include one pool for the customer and the second pool for the organization, but in essence, you can have any kinds of variations, whatever works that fits your purpose, basically. Terminal points. Terminal points represent the beginning or the end of a process or a process flow. A terminal point generally represents some kind of event that is visible to the organization or outside of it. So there you have it. As mentioned, if you are looking for additional information on this subject, please don't hesitate to go ahead and take a look at that reference library we have within the course. Thanks for joining, and I will see you at the next video lecture.